In today's video, we are going to cover solving one-step equations. Our learning target for today is I can solve equations that require one step. How do you solve a one-step equation? In order to solve an equation, we must isolate the variable, so that means getting the variable on one side of the equation completely by itself, so either 1x or 1y or one whatever variable you have, and we want to keep each side balanced. So if I do something to the left side of my equation, I must do that to the right side of the equation as well, and vice versa. Now, in order to isolate my variable, I need to know my inverse operations. So the inverse operation can be thought of as the opposite or undoing the operation itself. So if I have addition, the inverse operation of addition would be subtraction. If I have subtraction, the inverse operation would be addition. If I have multiplication, the inverse is division. And if I have division, the inverse is multiplication. So in order to solve equations, you need to make sure you know the inverse operations. So I want to identify what operation is taking place, and then what is the inverse operation of the operation that's taking place in order to isolate my variable. So if I look at number 1, I have 4x equals negative 16. That 4 is right next to the x. That means multiplication. So 4 times x equals negative 16. Well, I know the inverse operation of multiplication is division, so I will divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 will give me a single x. Negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. So x is equal to negative 4. Now, if I want to, I can go back and check my work. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. So I know 1x is equal to negative 4. Number 2, I have x plus 9 equals 13. So my operation is plus 9. So the inverse operation is subtraction of 9. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. 9 minus 9 is 0. So I would have my single x on the left side. 13 minus 9 is 4. So x will equal 4. Number 3, I have x minus 8 equals 4. So I have subtraction as my single operation. So in order to get rid of the subtraction, I will add 8 to both sides. Negative 8 plus 8 is 0, so that's why I have my single x. And 4 plus 8 will equal 12. So x equals 12. Number 4, I have x divided by 5 equals negative 6. So this is division. The inverse operation of division would be multiplication. So I'm going to multiply what's in my denominator. So I'll multiply both sides by 5. 5 times 1/5 is 1. That's why it goes to the single x. And then negative 6 times 5 would be negative 30. So x will equal negative 30. Number 5, I have x minus 6 equals negative 11. This is subtraction, so my inverse operation will be addition. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So x will equal negative 5. In number 6, I have negative 2x equals negative 4. Again, the negative 2 is right next to the x, so that's multiplication. So my inverse operation will be division, so I will divide both sides in this time by negative 2. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is a single x, and negative 4 divided by negative 2 will equal a positive 2. So x equals 2 is my solution. Now, one-step equations can also include what's called a rational number. So we just went through examples that had whole numbers, which are rational numbers, but equations can also include fractions or decimals. So let's do some of these examples and see. Number 7, I have 6x equals negative 16. So I'm multiplying x, so I want to divide by 6. So x will equal negative 16 divided by 6, which is 2 and 2/3. But remember, this was negative, so it's negative 2 and 2/3. Number 8, I have x plus 2.5 equals 7.5. So my operation is addition, so I'm going to subtract 2.5 from both sides. So x will equal 5. 7.5 minus 2.5 is 5. Number 9, I have 2/3 x equals 8. In this case, I am multiplying by 2/3, so I want to divide by my reciprocal, which would be 3 halves. Remember, the reciprocal of a number is just my number reversed. My denominator becomes my numerator becomes my denominator. So 3 halves times 2/3 will give me my single x, and then 8 times 3 halves will be 12. So x equals 12 is my solution. Number 10, I have x divided by 3 equals -7. So I have division. My inverse operation of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. So 3 times x over 3 will just give me a single x. And then -7 times 3 is -21. Number 11, I have x minus 1.6 equals -8.2. So I have subtraction. Subtraction, my inverse operation is addition. So I'm going to add 1.6 to both sides. So x will equal -8.2 plus 1.6 will be a -6.6. And number 12, I have -4x equals -2. So I have multiplication. My inverse operation of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by -4 on both sides. So x will equal -2 divided by -4, which is 1/2. So my solution is x equals 1/2. Number 13, if a chocolate pie is divided into 6 equal slices and each slice has 280 calories, how many calories are in the whole pie? So I know there's 6 equal slices and each slice has 280 calories. Now I want to know how many calories are in the whole pie. So I can create an equation to solve to find out how many calories are in the whole pie. So there are a few different equations that I can set up here. I know that there are 6 slices in the whole pie. Each slice is 280 calories, and that would equal my whole pie of x. Or I could say my whole pie of x divided by 6 is equal to 280. So I could have either of these two equations. They will both give me the same answer. Now carrying out the multiplication of 6 times 280 would give me a total calorie pie of 1,680 calories in the whole pie. So the whole pie is 1,680 calories. In this lesson, we learned to solve a one-step equation, we use the inverse operation of the operation that is being performed. So if we have addition, we would use subtraction. Subtraction, we would use addition. Multiplication, we would use division. And division, we would use multiplication. That's a wrap on this video. We'll see you in the next one.